Test execution. Test execution or test run. See, we use this run term, test run term in automation. In automation, run is synonym for execution, but in manual testing, most of the time we use test execution only. Test execution. Next, Neeladri, identify the input or references for test plan, test execution phase. Input or
So input,
references for test execution.
yes, sir. The first one is like the primary one is test case documents,
Okay.
and
See, before
test case.
that, requirements required. Sometimes we need to cross check. Requirement is input or reference for every phase. Requirements. Sometimes we need to cross check. What about test plan?
Uh,
Test plan required or not?
yes, sir.
It is
Yes, sir.
mandatory. See, test plan describes when to start test execution. Say it describes exit criteria, entry criteria, suspension criteria, etc. See, test plan document. Next, test case docs. One or more. Put mute. Test data. During test execution, if you find any deviation from expected, we report defects. For that, defect report template. If it is manual testing, suppose in manual testing also we use some defect management tools like Bugzilla or every test management tool provides defect management. Defect management is part of test management. Suppose ALM, formerly Quality Center, provides defect management. Next, Jira, Bugzilla, Issue Tracker, PR Tracker, etc. See, nowadays most of the companies using any one tool for defect management. Every tool provides uh, its own template. Some tools provide customization facility also. You can customize the template according to your project. Okay, if you follow manual process using Excel like spreadsheet, you can report defects through internal mailing system. Enter defect details in Excel like spreadsheet, company using company prescribed format. Next, send using company mailing internal mailing system. Defect report template. Next, some pre-setup is required. Pre-setup is required. That is a readiness of AUT. AUT stands for application under test. Observe, for test planning and test design, readiness of AUT is not mandatory. See, without application also we can plan test activities, and we can design test cases and test data using requirements. But for execution, application is mandatory. Application under test is mandatory. Getting this point, Sunil? Without application under test, we can't execute test cases now.
Yes, sir.
Next, readiness of test environment. or you can say test lab. See, this is before test execution. Next, tasks. See here, initial task, before going to execution, before test execution, verify test environment setup. Verify test environment setup. Who verifies test environment setup? Sanjida. Who verifies test environment setup?
Tester.
Testers or team members. Testers are team members. Next, create test batches. Execution queue. Create test batches or test sets. Execution queue. Next, test execution. Test execution. Don't confuse here. Phase name, test execution. Task name, test execution. The selected one, test execution, is task. This first one is phase. Okay. Here we have some levels of test execution. Levels, test execution levels, not test levels. Test levels different. Unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. Test levels different. This is test execution levels. See, we have some levels of test execution. First level, sanity testing. See, synonyms, build verification testing. Some companies use BAT, build acceptance testing, etc. terms, but widely using term is sanity testing. One more term also there, smoke testing. See, some people say sanity testing is different, smoke testing is different, but that is controversy concept. But as per IEEE industry standards, sanity and smoke both are synonyms. But some people are saying sanity is different, smoke is different. That is controversy concept. Okay. But in our formal process, both are synonyms. See, sanity testing. What is sanity testing? Any idea,
Sir,
Smita?
this is Gurunath here, sir. What does BAT stands for?
Build acceptance testing. Build verification testing, BVT.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Welcome. Smita, what is sanity testing?
Sanity testing, it is done when there is a new build, they'll make sure whether
Okay, this
the
is
main
not.
is working or not.
Okay, good. Okay. Sanity testing, verifying whether the build is acceptable or not by executing basic functionality tests. Verifying whether the build is acceptable or not. Build, software build. Verifying whether the build is acceptable or not by executing basic functionality tests. For example, login. Login is basic functionality. Suppose login is not functioning. Login is not functioning. We reject the build. Just a minute. Suppose we have to test Gmail application. Just a minute. Gmail application. emailing process. Suppose login is basic functionality. Login is basic functionality. Next, need help. Need help. Is it basic functionality? Gurnath?
No, sir, it's not a basic functionality.
Say need, just a minute. Suppose Yahoo. Observe. In this Yahoo, sign in functionality is there now. Is it basic functionality or not?
Yes, sir. It's a
Basic functionality. Suppose forgot your email. It is also important functionality, but it is not basic.
Yes, sir, it's not basic.
It's not basic. Suppose login is not functioning, you cannot forward. Suppose forgot password is not functioning, you can forward. Okay, forgot password also important, but not basic. See, what is sanity testing, Madhumati? What is sanity testing?
Whether the build is acceptable or not
By verifying, by executing.
Basic functional tests.
Yes, basic functionality tests. Next, after sanity testing, comprehensive testing. Comprehensive testing. What is comprehensive testing? Complete testing means executing all possible test cases. Executing all possible test cases. Okay. Suppose we prepared 700 test cases.
Is this also known as functional testing?
See, functional testing, comprehensive testing, difference is there. In functional testing, you conduct comprehensive testing, and in performance testing also you can conduct comprehensive testing.
Okay, so comprehensive testing is...
Comprehensive testing means, don't confuse, functional is different. Don't confuse. Comprehensive testing means if it is irrespective of the test type. If it is functional testing or performance testing or security testing or compatibility testing, irrespective of the test type, we execute all possible test cases.
That means it's system testing, right, sir?
System testing is different. Don't confuse. Manual, you don't know manual testing concepts. Comprehensive testing is one small term. It is executing all possible test cases. It is there in unit testing also, integration testing also, and system testing and acceptance testing also. But in acceptance testing, they won't perform all test cases, only important test cases. See, comprehensive testing is one of the test execution level. It is there in all levels of testing, in unit testing and integration testing and in system testing. System testing is level, test level. Niladri, system testing is test level.
Okay.
At system testing level, we conduct functional and non-functional test types.
Okay.
Based on our
Sir, I have a question. Sir, I have a question. Test level environment, when it is done, before test executions or after?
Pardon?
Test level environment. Test level, that means FQT, SIT, that
Pardon?
these things. Test level environment.
Test level. We are not discussing test levels. Test level.
But
before...
my question is, sir, my question is related to this. So
not
we are discussing test executions. So my question is, test level environment set up before test executions?
Test level environment. What is test level?
Test level, sir, UAT, SIT. FQT.
Now we
So
are
those things.
just a minute, don't confuse. Now we are discussing software test process under system testing. Under system testing level, not unit testing level, acceptance testing level. We conduct system testing now. We are independent testers. We conduct system testing level. See here, we are considering system testing only.
Okay.
System testing only. Forget about unit testing. And say in unit testing also test process is there. But in integration testing also test process is there. But we are considering system testing, system test level.
Sir. Okay, sir. You said we can, after sanity testing, we can reject the build. But the thing is there any option in real life we can reject the build or we can log the defect?
Yes. Says sometimes suppose login is not functioning. After entering valid inputs, after entering valid username and password, login is not working. That time we reject the build. Next developers fix that problem and resend.
Sir, how we reject the build? What is the process that we can reject the build?
See, we are not discussing that build rejection process. Anyhow, this is not our core syllabus. See, in order to understand the Selenium test process, first I am explaining software test process. Actually, this is extra bonus concept. See, here you are asking other concepts also. Those are related to manual testing and other processes. We are not discussing, our program is not manual testing program. Okay, na? Hello?
Yes, sir.
How to reject build?
Yes.
What is the build reject? What is the build acceptance process? What is the build rejection process? What is the defect management process? We are not discussing those things. Those are manual testing concepts. Say, just I am providing brief introduction about software test life cycle. This life cycle under system testing. System testing level. Why? We are independent testers. We are not unit testers or integration testers or acceptance testers. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Comprehensive testing. Here we execute all possible test cases. After comprehensive testing or during comprehensive testing, if you find any deviations from expected, means mismatches, we report defects. Reporting defects. Next, after reporting defects, tracking for status. After some time, tracking defects. See, these are combined activities, reporting and tracking defects. Just a minute. Reporting defects. Next, tracking defects. Next, after getting modified build, after getting modified build, regression testing. Just a minute, all of you put mute. Regression testing, cycle 1. Regression testing, cycle 1. What is regression testing, Sanjida Mukul? What is regression testing?
So regression testing is testing that we check anything is after fixing the build, the test we perform, if anything is broken.
So many people, or most of the people using this term regression testing. Actually, full form, complete form is and regression testing. Okay, you can just say regression testing, enough. But full form is and regression testing. Here two activities. One is retesting, another is regression testing. Retesting and regression testing. Regression, just a minute. Regression testing. But we are just using regression test term. It is enough. But complete form is, full form is and regression testing. What is retesting? What is retesting? Executing last time failed cases. Checking whether this time passed or not. Regression testing. Sunil, regression testing.
Yes, sir. When the defect is
executing last.
fixed.
Sometimes we execute last time passed cases also, na?
Yes, sir.
Why
Yeah.
executing passed
Like-
cases?
In general, actually, sir, like
Say based on
like we
modifications,
have-
any
we-
side impacts introduced or not. We have to check
yes,
side impacts. Based on that modifications, any side impacts introduced or not. Suppose observe Gurnath, test case 1.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Test case 1, test case 2, just a minute. Suppose this is the execution queue. Test case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. Suppose we executed test case 1 on build 1. Passed. Test case 2. Passed. Test case 3. Failed. We have to execute test case 3 on modified build. Next build. Why this time failed? Suppose apart from test case 3, we selected test case 2 also. Test case 2 passed. Why we need to execute test case 2 again? Say,
side impact.
say dependency is there in between test case 2 and test case 3. Suppose based on this test case 3 means third functionality modification, any side impacts introduced or not. We have to check that side impacts. See, we have to confirm test case 2 again passed or not, and test case 3 this time passed or not. See, this is about regression testing. And regression testing is the full form. Retesting means executing last time failed test cases. Regression means last time passed test cases. Why passed test cases? In order to check side impacts, side effects. Okay, this full form is and regression testing, but you can just use regression testing. Regression testing time we select last time failed cases and some passed cases also, impacted cases. Okay na, Neeladri?
Yes, sir.
This regression, see, sanity test cases constant. Most of the time sanity test cases are fixed, but regression test cases dynamic. Regression test cases depends on complexity of the application and strength of the development team. Isn't it, Madhumati?
Yes, sir.
Regression testing cycle 1. In this regression testing cycle 1, again we need to conduct sanity testing na, Gurnath?
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes, sir.
on
Yes, sir.
every build,
Yes.
on every software build, sanity testing is mandatory. Last
Yes, sir.
time we accepted. What about this time? Every time we need to test these cases, basic functionality cases. Next,
Okay, sir.
here select regression test cases. Next, execute regression test cases, selected cases. After execution, if you find any deviation from expected, This is cycle. Reporting defects. Reporting defects is cycle practice. Next, after reporting, tracking defects. Next, same regression testing, cycle 2. Cycle 2.
Sir,
Ah,
I have a question.
ah,
Sir, just now you mentioned the scenario, right? The test case 1, test case 2, and test case 3.
ah,
If the test case 1 is failed, right?
ah.
So
One
there
is
is no
passed.
dependency.
Pardon?
Sorry. If the test case 1 is failed,
Ah,
okay, and then we are doing testing, so it is considered as a retesting or regression testing.
test case 1 is failed. Then failed test case, executing last time failed test case, that is retesting.
Okay. So can we mention here in the first testing cycle just retesting cycle 1?
No, retesting and regression testing. Retesting means test executing last time failed cases. Checking this time, even this time is checking this time also failed or not, or passed or not. Regression means executing last time passed cases. Not all passed cases, only impacted cases.
Okay.
Tell me your confusion. Avoid that confusion.
Yeah, because if we are if the first test case only failed, so just we have to mention that retesting cycle 1. If the test case second and third, if it is failing, then we can say that and a regression testing cycle 1 kind of thing.
See, you are confusing. Test case 1,
Yeah.
1 passed, 2 passed, 3 failed. We have to execute third test case, that is retesting. Suppose third test case and second test case are related, impact is there. That time we have to execute test case 2 also. Then that is cycle
So,
1.
yeah, but this I'm talking about the different scenario. If test case 1 is failed,
If
okay,
test case 1 is failed, that is retesting.
yes, so okay. So okay, if the test case third is failed, okay, so we can test the test case 2 and test case 4 also, because we have to check that it is not impacted to both of the test cases, right?
Suppose if impact is there, we have to check passed cases also. No impact, you no need to check. Depends
Okay.
on functionality dependency. Hello?
Okay. So we can do that, right? Second test case, third test case, and fourth test case, because the dependency is there, and the third test case is failed.
Just a minute.
So we can use the three.
Just a minute. Test case 1. Just a minute. Test case 2. Test case 3. Test case 4. Like this. Continuation. Now tell me.
Okay. Yeah. The test case number 3 is failed.
3
okay.
failed.
Okay. So we can test that the test case 2. We can consider that test case 2, test case 3, and test case 4 also, right?
Yes, 4 also. If dependency is there, you can consider. Suppose no dependency, suppose up to this test case 3, dependency over. Test case 4, that is individual functionality, that time you no need to check. If any dependency is there, you can check.
Okay, can you please give one example for dependency?
See, we are not discussing manual testing, isn't it? What I told, this is only brief idea. You learn manual testing. What about you, Madhumati? Madhumati. Dependency is there, you have to check, otherwise observe Preeti. Suppose
Yes,
login, Gmail login functionality is there. After login, next test case, compose email. Next delete email, compose, view email, compose email, delete email. All these are dependent cases, are dependent or not?
yes,
Dependent. Suppose before login, one forgot password or something is there. Is it dependent?
no,
No dependent. Suppose forgot email is not functioning, but login is functioning. Next, logout is functioning. In between login and logout, compose also functioning, but delete is not functioning. Delete email not functioning, but delete is dependent test case na.
yes, sir.
But forgot password is not dependent na.
Yes, sir.
See, dependency, functionality dependency. See, based on functionality dependency, you can select test cases for regression testing.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Welcome. See, we are not discussing manual testing. Don't go in depth. Just I am providing brief idea. I have a lot of experience in manual testing and ISTQB certification, CST certification also, but our program is Selenium test automation. Okay, just a minute. Tracking defects. Same like this, same. Next, a regression testing cycle 3. This regression cycles depends on complexity of the application and strength of the development team. Next, Madhumati, you sent message now.
Yes, sir.
Madhumati, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, cool. See, Aarti, did you join?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just joined 5-7 minutes ago.
Okay,
Thank you.
Cool. Next, at the end, final regression. Observe Preeti, final regression. See, regression 2 types, general regression, final regression. See, this is general regression, cycle 1, 2, 3, all are general regression. This is final regression. See, in this final regression, once again we select test cases from high defect density areas. Say all problems, maximum problems rectified, for example, maximum problems rectified. Once again confirmation, final regression. Say in some areas are high defect density areas. You select test cases from high defect density areas. Once again you confirm. That is final regression. Okay na, Sunil, final regression.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. Say this is about test execution, levels of test execution. Next here, output. Sanjida, output of this phase. Output.
Output understanding.
Understanding is not output.
Okay,
Defect report. What
test
about
cases?
Test case is not output. Input. What about defect report?
Yes, defect report.
Yes. See, opened and closed defect reports. Opened and closed defect reports. Closed defect report. Okay. What is closed defect report? After confirmation, testers close defects. Say, testers raise defects, developers fix defects. After fixing defects, testers confirm. Testers confirm defect fixes. After confirmation, testers close defects. Closed defect, okay. What is opened defect? Means not fixed properly or not fixed, postponed. Suppose postponed. See, sometimes developers postpone some defects due to time constraints, etc. See, generally they postpone low severity defects, cosmetic defects, not high severity defects. Here we need to collect opened and closed defect reports. Observe Neeladri, confirmation
Yes,
testing, one term is there. I told testers confirm. Another name of regression testing is confirmation testing. Getting this point?
regression testing is also known as confirmation testing.
Yes. Why we conduct regression testing? For confirmation, na?
Yes.
See, regression test.
Right now, I'm working on the regression testing.
See, already I told. Okay, you are working regression testing. Already I told. These terms, terminology and process vary from one company to another and one project to another also sometimes. But this is formal process. I am explaining formal process. See, nowadays, some companies not following formal process. They adopt some changes according to their feasibility. That is not formal, but their feasibility. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Say regression testing is also known as confirmation testing. Next, one more thing, tested software. Tested software.